They're live CGC unboxing. Today I have, I don't know, around 4 boxes. I don't know, something like that. A lot of boxes to go through. Guys, I'm Kevin the Comic Doctor. I'm a comic book presser. I'm also an authorized CGC dealer located way up in Oshawa, Ontario, Canada. And like I said, this is another live CGC unboxing, a live show and tell of sorts, showing off the comics that you, many of my amazing clients, submit to me every week just to clean and press and then ship off to CGC down in Sarasota. And as they come back, I unbox them right here. If you are a comic book fan, if you are a comic book collector, comic book investor, or just an all-around fan of comics and fandom, this is the place for you. I sure hope you consider subscribing to the channel, liking the content, and hitting that little notification bell so you'll know when I go live. All right, guys. So first things first, the first one I'm going to show you today actually is a mechanical error return. Let's see. I haven't checked the edges. I don't know what kind of quality control has been done on this book. I got a nice chocolate milkshake here that my wife just picked up for me. Keep me nice and my throat nice and lubricated here. But let's see what kind of book we've got. This again is a book that's come back to us from being cracked. And if I recall correctly, this one was beat up pretty bad. Check this one out right here. Wolverine number 8, 9.8. Let's see. I don't even want to tell you guys. Yeah, it's still got a very, this one will be okay. It's a very minor crack still. Still a very minor one. Look, this one came back all the way from Sarasota. Am I going to be able to get it to... But I think, guys, maybe I'm being a little bit too picky here because I don't think this is ever going to go away. Right at the end there. Oh. This isn't going to... It's right here. It's right here. It's a small little crack. Anyways, you know the deal. It's not that big a deal on this one. What else we got? We also have an Invaders number 1 and a 9.2. And again, I didn't check this one. Let's have a look right now. Yeah, see, it's the exact same thing, guys. I mean, yeah. Now, this other box that I'll share with you, I can tell you straight up, this is the one that belonged to, these are the books that belong to Mike, and these are cracked pretty badly. Now, these ones are going back. These two here, I think they're here to stay, my friends. But check that you have eight books here. They ship them ground, which means I probably had to pay for these. I'll be getting my money back for that. And yeah, these ones here, some pretty nice books, guys. I'll get out of the overhead cam. You've seen these books before, but you know, Hulk 180. Big crack, huge U-shaped crack right there. These are going back. This one is terrible. These are terrible. Look at this. Look at this. Huge crack right here. Again, you're not gonna be able to see it. I wonder if I can show it to you on the overhead cam. Hold on. I don't know if you can see that or not. You see that crack? Oh, there. Have a look. You see that crack right there? Perfect. Every single one of these books in this box has that U-shaped crack. These are all going back. And what sucks about this, I'm not going to show the rest because it's frustrating. But, and you've seen these before, guys. I've unboxed these ones already a long time ago. These have been at CGC since early January. Mike was finally happy to get them back, and now they're going back again. That being said, I have noticed that the turnaround time on the mechanical errors are pretty quick. In fact, I think another box I have here is a mechanical error box. And if it is, I'm just going to speed right through it. Oh, by the way, guys, if you're new here, we have a chat. I go to my chat every once in a while, so hi to everybody. And hey, come on by, come on into the chat, say hello, tell us where you're from. And you can ask me any question you have regarding, comic books, comic collecting, comic grading, comic pressing. Happy to share any information I might have with you, but there is a catch. You have to subscribe. If you're not subscribed, you cannot participate in our live chat. I'm going to go there right now and see who is here. I'm pretty sure I have it all set up. Where is it? Oh, up the top here. Chat window. Oh, chat window. There we go. Let's see who's here. Okay. Wow. Okay. Oh, wow. Mike was here first. How you doing, Mike? Digital Man. Hello, everyone. Hello, Kevin. Hey, Digital Man. How's it going? I hope it's a crack-free unboxing. Well, unfortunately, I think we already know the answer to that question. Free crack. Bad Ombre. Don't crow. Here we go. All the crack jokes. Hey, everyone. Howdy, Doc. Fingers crossed for no defects. Yeah, I know. And that's been like the main theme, it seems, in the last, couple of weeks of these unboxings. Checking for cracks and seeing all kinds of them. Hey, Brian. How's it going? John Sherwood's here as well. James is here. RP is back. How you doing? Jameer Mungan, what's up, Kev? Smash that sub and like buttons. Ladies and gents, how you doing, Jameer? Long time no talk. Colin Smith's here, and he even gives us a super chat, $1 tip. Thank you, Colin, for that. Much appreciated. Marco Coletta is back here. Rob Bin's here. We've got Wayne, our blue wrench in for the night. 28 watching, only 18 likes. Oh, 21 now. That's pretty good. Typical comic guys, all lurkers. Oh no, they'll hit the like button. I'm sure they will, right? If the crack is always in the same place, are you sure it's a crack and not the channel inside? No, it's inside. It's not. I can't feel the crack on the outside. It's inside. And I'm convinced it's happening when the books are being slabbed. But again, unless they are extremely noticeable, like that last whole box of 8, they're not going back anymore. I'm not doing this anymore. So sorry, it's the way it's going to have to be. I can't do it anymore. I thought I was in live chat mode. Now I'm back in live chat mode. Here we go. Boom. Live chat mode. Marco says it has to be something with the machine that's sealing the slabs, too much pressure or a flaw in the slab manufacturer itself. Yes, I agree. Dave Bassoon is here. How you doing, Dave? Brian says, how hard is it to have a bit of QA? Have somebody inspect the slabs before they're packed. Probably would cost less than all the back and forth shipping and better customer experience. Damn straight. I have to agree with you on that one. You would think, right? They must be getting hammered over there. I'm sure, but I just saw a dude on Facebook showed a picture of his slab with the exact same problems as these. And it said, anybody having problems with this? I'm like, oh, brother. It's not just me, guys. It's everybody who's sending books to CGC. They're obviously having a problem with this. And you'd think they'd get to the bottom of it sooner rather than later. Frank Tastasi's here. How's it going, Frank? Thanks for coming by. B. Hanlon. Bren from Bren's here, guys. Bren is a newbie here. Sent me his ASM 129. Gonna get working on that hopefully sooner rather than later. Gonna get that graded for him. I think he's new at grading altogether. So welcome, Bren. Glad you could make it for a live stream. Liam's also in the house. Hey, Kevster, any advice for somebody looking into getting into the pressing and cleaning business? Where does one start? The Nooch says hi, by the way. Hello to the Nooch back. Well, first you got to learn how to do it. That's the first thing, right? Guys, I was very fortunate. I got in at the right time. I'll be honest, nobody was offering it in the GTA when I started. Were there guys pressing and cleaning? Of course there were. I know a lot of dealers who were pressing and cleaning for a long time, but no one was offering it as a business per se, or as a service, right? And then I offered it at the Toronto Comic Book Show, and you've told the story before. It became really busy. Everybody started coming to me, and then all of a sudden, other guys started popping up here and there. Most have come and gone. I'm a glutton for punishment. I don't kick, I don't give up quite so easily when it comes to these types of things. And now there's a few guys in the GTA that are, I guess, have been around for a while now and are kind of the mainstays. There's a lot of other guys doing it too, but honestly, Liam, the main thing is to learn and to buy a good press and to teach yourself how to do it. There's all kinds of information out there. You'll develop your own methodology as to how to do it. And then you know what? Start working on books, and then get some before and afters of your own work, of your own books, and maybe do some of your friends' books. Nothing expensive, of course. And build a clientele. It does take a bit of time. Pat's here. How you doing, Pat? Good to see you. The P-Man. Hey, Bren. Welcome aboard. Happy to have you to the community. Thank you for that, P-Man. It's very nice. When are you making your announcements? Announcements. Are you talking about service changes and things like that? If you are, it'll be soon. I'm just waiting for my computer guy to finish my online forums. When that's done, I'm going to do that. Marco Coletta. Every single CGC was bought out by ever since CGC was bought out by Blackstone, prices have gone up and quality has become erratic. And that's a great word, erratic. I'm very curious to see how these freshly slab books have been faring. I have a feeling that some of these mechanical errors that I'm getting back have been done for a while and they're just kind of sitting there. But let's get on, guys. You're here to see some books. Let's get to some books. Let's see what we got here. That goes here. I think I have no forums yet. So here we have, I think these are I hope these are freshly graded ones. I don't know if these are mechanical errors. There's no invoice sheet on this one yet. I don't see it. No. Oh, wait, is it at the very bottom? Hold on, guys. Oh, there they are. They put the invoice sheets at the bottom. Again, there you go, erratic. How about put the invoices in the top of the box so when I open the box, there they are. But no, they put them underneath the comics. So let me just try to grab them here. And I can tell you if any of these are mechanical errors. Nope, these are fast track economies. So these were recently graded books. Let's see what we got. All right, so first off, we have an Avengers number 10. It's qualified as it is missing page number 12. And again, guys, when you submit books to us, I can't guarantee I'm going to catch everything, but sometimes we do. For example, I caught, actually, Napur caught a missing page on one of Bart's books. I contacted Bart. We're not sending it in. But sometimes it does evade us. So it's important that not only do we look through your books, that you look through your own books. You know what you're sending in to make sure that there's no missing coupons or clippings, taken out of the books, or pages entirely are taken out. Make sure that before we're sending your books in. Let's have a look and see if the crack is there. I'm so nervous to look. All right, this one is crack free. Crack free. This one does not have it. So again, as the newer boxes start coming in, if the cracks aren't there, then I'm probably pretty content thinking that they've kindly are starting to put their foot down on their quality control people. Someone last week mentioned maybe it's the guy throwing the books in the box, just throwing them in too hard, because the cracks are always the same. Next, we've got an Iron Man Submariner number 1 and a 5.0. Okay, I'm going to check this one right away. Yeah, see, now we're back to it again. Well, that's so minor. That's fine. It's there, but not that bad, guys. But it's there a little bit. We also have an Amazing Spider-Man number 10 in a 3.5. Again, I want to check these guys. Sorry, I'm anxious to see. Yeah, see, no crack on this one at all. So that's good. That's 3 books. Not bad. You see, a little line along the edge isn't going to, like a little teeny weeny is not bad. But when you have like a U crack on there, then yeah, I'm going to be a little more picky on that one. Let me put these books down here. Have a drink from my boba. Banana chocolate. Nothing wrong with that. Very popular book I've been seeing a lot now is Marvel Spotlight on Werewolf by Night, number 2. First appearance of Werewolf by Night. Now I'm going to hammer them out, guys. We're also looking at Amazing Spider-Man 100 and an 8.0. That's a white page or 2, which is pretty sick. These are all the invoices from the box. We got several different orders here. Hopefully, I'll be calling some people this week to tell them to come pick up their stuff. And if you're waiting for me to ship your books to you, I'm going to try to get to that tomorrow night. I'm going to try to get to it tomorrow night. Shipping is an issue, guys. I mean, it takes a lot of time. 6.5 for an ASM 221. I generally ship books to clients every week and a half to 2 weeks because honestly, when I start doing it, it ends up becoming a full day adventure. Even if it's like 6 or 7 clients, it takes all day to pack them proper, do the shipping labels, the whole 9 yards. So that's why I don't do it weekly, because it just takes too much time. So I kind of mash them all into one day. So those that are waiting for comics because of the slab problems, thanks for your patience. And those are just waiting for me to get off my tuchus to do it. Also, thank you for your patience. Okay, moving right along. X-Men number 94 and a 6.5. We got an X-Men number 4 and a 2.5. I will check for cracks on these ones in a moment. I just want to get through these. A really nice copy of Avengers number 4, Silver Age Grail, and a 5.5 off-white to white. Okay, let's check these babies out. Whoop. Whoop. Here we go. So that's perfect. That's a good one. So, you know what? Let's keep going. Let's keep your fingers crossed, guys. Keep your fingers crossed. Yeah, that looks all right. Brian Bowman, could they have finally listened to you and spent more money on having somebody look the slabs over? Look at that. No problem at all. Okay. That's a good thing. Maybe the end is near, my friends. Yeah, that's good. That's good. Very good. All right. The comic doctor is a little happy. Okay, we'll pack this one up and grab another one out. Let's go over to the chat really quick and see what else you guys are saying. Otherwise, I'm going to be overthrown with tons of questions and comments and what have you. Hey, Dave House, how you doing, buddy? Custom made everything. Hey, Tim, how's it going? I haven't been here for a while. You shaved. Yes, you noticed. You're the first one. I should give a prize for you just because you noticed. No one else mentioned that my Santa Claus beard is gone. I look 10 years younger. Far more handsome, I believe. Yeah, I had enough, man. I couldn't deal with it anymore, and so I shaved it off. But it'll be back. Probably, December, November, I'll grow it back again. Has CGC ever given us an inside view of the end-to-end process? I'd really like to know how long the process is to grade and slab a book. Is it a matter of minutes? Well, I don't think it's minutes. Well, it probably is minutes. It's probably, the whole process. Because people ask me, Kev, how long does it take you to press a book? Well, that's a kind of a tricky question because, like for example, right now I have books in the humidification chamber, and they'll be in there probably for 12 to 14 hours, maybe even a little bit longer. So depends. It depends on what the book needs. As for grading a book, if 3 different guys look at the books like they say they do, which again I don't believe, but if that's the case, like 10 minutes to grade it, and then maybe another 10 minutes to slab it, if that. You got to put it in the inner sleeve, then you got to put it inside the outer slab, and then you got to seal it. You got to print the label out as well too. Everything takes time, right? So yeah, I'm not sure. I really don't know. But they've never showed us. It's something I'd like to see one day. I'm not sure if they'd actually let dealers into their space. One day when I go to Florida, I really would like to visit their facility and check that all out, and I can share that with you as well. The P-Man banana chocolate is so good. You got that right. It's in a milkshake. It's beautiful. Yes, it was a good question. No more Wolfman Jack. Yeah, that's right, Frank. Rob Bins, I've had CCS pop staples on my book. Their response, if you ask us to press, we press it no matter what. If they ruin the book, it's not their fault because you asked for a press. Well, look, I've always said this before. Any presser will tell you, look, you're putting paper in between, you're putting pressure on paper, and there's always a chance that something could go wrong. It's never a guaranteed process. If you are really nervous about having a book pressed and clean because you are concerned a staple could pop, then maybe just don't get it pressed. Seriously. Now, does that mean do staples pop all the time here? No, of course not. I think if that were the case, I wouldn't be have been doing this for quite so long. But to say, have I never popped a staple? I won't tell you that. I think I can't remember the last time it's happened, but I'm sure it has. Does that make sense? Especially on you know which staples pop a lot, guys. If you've got a book that's got a really bad rolled spine, when you go to correct that rolled spine, oftentimes one of the staples will pop from the centerfold because so much pressure has been on that book for so long. We're curving it back. We're forcing it back. Even though you humidify it and take precautions, there's always that chance. So you got to weigh your options and say, well, wait, would I rather have a rolled spine or maybe a detached, from the centerfold staple? So, but honestly, it happens. It's paper, right? It's like when you go to surgery, you sign that piece of paper, I'm going for heart surgery. You could die on the table, but you exempt us if that happens. I mean, does it happen? Do you go for surgery? Do people, it's a pretty extreme example I'm giving you here, guys, but Could something happen when you go for surgery? Sure, it can. Does it happen all the time? God, no. We'd be hearing about it all the time, but it could happen. It could happen, right? So, yeah. Another 2 minutes to add the crack to the bottom of the slab. Yeah. Frank says, are my books close to Kevin being sent for grading? I have more to bring you. I know, Frank. Yeah, we're almost there, I believe. You have a lot of books here now as it stands. What I was going to say to you is, once that first order goes out, maybe bring some more in, because you have another order as well. I'm going to try to get as many as yours done in one shot as possible. But I remember you said that you wanted them to maybe, put them in as they go, as they're coming in. So maybe when the next order goes out of yours, then you could bring in another one. Eric says, CGC did put a few videos about some parts of their process a few years back. To my knowledge, nothing since then. They really should. Transparency builds trust and a better... Yeah, you know what? I'd love to do the same thing with the shop. I'd like to show you guys more. We're kind of moving things around there. We bought a couple new presses, new used presses. Oh, my eye is terrible. I'm looking at the picture. I'm looking at myself in the video. My eye, I'm having issues with it, guys. It's better, but I'm having pressure problems, so I got to go to the doctor again tomorrow to see what's going on. But it's really red because I'm using this eye drop that irritates. I can't believe how red the eye is. Look at the difference. Scary. Anyways, yeah, I love the show inside the shop. I want to have you guys meet Napur and Charlo, but they're not. I mean, Charlo especially is not a big. He doesn't want to be on video. He doesn't want to be on here. He's very shy that way, right? So Napur comes to the shows with me. Napur doesn't mind talking to people. And if you want to meet her, come on over to the Toronto Comic Book Show if you'd like. You can always meet her there too. She's been coming with me the last couple of times, but yeah, I think it's great when you open up and show people around and you can see where everything's happening. I will, at the very least, when everything's kind of organized, I will definitely do that. Maybe during the day one day I'll just put on my YouTube video and go and walk you guys around, and I'll kind of do it quickly so Charlo won't have a choice and he can kind of hide his face or something like that. Hi. Oh, hello there, my dear. How are you? Miss Sherwood. Frank says, speaking of surgery, how is your eyes go? I think I just mentioned it. It's doing well, but it's been about a month and a half and I'm still having some issues. Okay, let's get back to the comics, my friends. We'll come back to the chat again. If you're just getting here now, guys, this is box number 1. I've got, I think it's just 2 more boxes after this one. So stick around, won't you? And if you want to jump in the chat, by all means, just hit that subscribe button. You can join us. Okay, boom, look at that. 9.8 copy of 266 for his Gambit. I wish I would have got a copy of that in my last video. All right, a 9.8 of Ultimate Fantastic Four number 1 as well. Let's keep that 9.8 trend rolling with a Young Avengers number 6. 6? 6. And that's a variant of some kind, I believe. I'm not sure. Let's see if we can keep that trend going. Whenever I say that, it doesn't happen, but let's see. I'm not even looking at it. No, not with this one. Fantastic Four 11 and a 4.5. The United Nations, 6.5, no number. That's a book you will not see very often. Oh, a nice copy of the first Silver Age Riddler, 4.0. And I'll do one more, and then I'll check the slabs out. Captain America 117, first appearance of the Falcon, and a 6.0. Okay, let's see if we get lucky. Please, no more cracks. This one does have a slight, again, but it's so slight. This one is, in my eye, is acceptable. So that's 2 of them. This one's clean, which is great. So I think they're making some modifications to their slabbing system over there. Because by the looks of it, everything looks pretty good. I'm going to put that one aside in case I change my mind. But I'm going to put some of these books back here, guys. And I think the other one was it the X-Men? No, I forget which one had the other slight. I think it was the second book. Yeah, the Iron Man. Yeah, this was the one right here, I think. Yeah, this one. So slight. It's so slight. Okay, let me put these back. We'll go to the next. Let's go to the chat, see what you guys are saying as I clean these babies up. Marco's red eye had too much puff. I wish, my friend. I wish, Marco, that was it. When is the next comic book show? The next comic book show, Toronto Comic Book Show, will be in June. And I forget the actual date, but if you go to the Toronto Comic Book Show website, it is listed there. And I will be there taking books in. So if you want to come and meet me at the Toronto Comic Book Show, I will be there. The Toronto Comic Book Show is also now sponsored by eBay. Maybe I shouldn't have said that. I'm not sure I'm allowed to announce that. I think it's public knowledge now. But I think eBay will be there with a presence as well. Kind of over where I was. Dave says cocoa mango smoothie with coconut jelly is 100%. Well, that's what I got to try, my friend. And then Brian says, I've met Nupur and Charlo, brought books in when Kevin had his eye surgery. They were awesome. That's right. I remember that. I remember actually, Brian, funny you should say that, but after my surgery on the drive home, I was on my phone. I saw that you were there on security, kind of creeping you all in security to make sure everything was okay. And everything went well as well. That's very good. It's nice to put a name to a face, is it not? I love that too. June 25th, thanks Jive Turkey. That's the next Toronto Comic Book Show. And guys, the Toronto Comic Book Show is by far the best all comic book show in, dare I say it, Canada. In fact, you'll have more luck finding books at the Toronto Comic Book Show than you will at the Fan Expo or the Toronto Comic Con. In fact, I challenge any comic con, the Toronto Comic Book Show is far better because I'll tell you right now, probably several of the dealers that go to the TCBS they actually go to Fan Expo. They actually go to these bigger cons, but these smaller shows, there's a lot of smaller dealers, plus the bigger dealers, more chance to find some stuff you've been looking for, and the price tag to get in is way better, and they even have giveaways and such, so you can't go wrong. Yeah, they're trying it out, Wayne. Pretty cool. Okay, let's keep going here. We got Doctor Strange #1 in a 7.0. Another Batman book. We've got Batman 200 in 8.0 white pager. Nice copy right there. Yeah. The next three all were pressed and cleaned by Nupur. I know that for a fact. So here we go. Gwen Stacy Spider-Verse 9.8. Gwen Stacy Spider-Verse. Here, I'll do it like this. No, like this. I can't. Ooh, like that. 9.8. 9.8, a third one. Those are all Nupur jobs, guys. So if anybody's like, well, is this Nupur girl any good? Can she actually press comics? I'm telling you, she can. She presses comics like there's nobody's business. I'm telling you. I joke about it because she knows paper. Might not know comics all that, well. She's getting better. She's starting to recognize what's what, but she knows her paper, guys, and she knows what she's doing. And I think she did this one too, actually, if I recall correctly. 9.8. I may have done this one. I don't remember. It's all fog now, but certain ones I do remember. And I remember that these were all done by Nupur because there was 3 in one order, and I remember her doing them. Am I approving each one? 9.8. New Mutants 98, gotta love that. I still think this book has gone down. I think it's gonna go back up again. Now let's check for any cracks. Yeah, it's got a good one, this one. Yeah, so this one's got a bigger crack on it. Can you see that? Let's see if I can. There we go. You see the crack there? Right there? Right there? This will be going back. This will be going back. All right, how about these guys? Clean. Well, that's about 3 books out of a box. That's not terrible. All things considered. That's clean as well. Whew, guys, hot as hell in here, guys. Those presses, that big press right behind me is on. Whew, I'm sweating pretty good. This one's clean as well. That's not bad. Well, it's not great. Three books out of a box of 25 have potential problems. This one's good too. I don't see any cracks here. That's nice. And how about this last one? Good. Okay. All right, so not bad. Three books out of 25 had potential. 1, 2, 3? Yeah, 3. Not bad at all. All right. Fan Expo is not for comics. Well, you know what, man? I'd have to agree with you. There are comics there, obviously, and I found some good deals at Fan Expo. I find the trick with Fan Expo when you're there is to find the small guys who are selling toys and happen to have a small short box of comics. No one ever goes and looks at those comics. I do, and you find stuff in there. So you go to guys who don't really specialize in comics. The guys who specialize in comics, they crank their prices up, and it gets pretty hairy. But yeah, I agree with you. For the most part, Wayne, I agree with you. How are prices for books at the Toronto Comic Book Show? Look at every single dealer is going to ask more than they you know, a lot of guys, honestly, and you may notice when you're trying to buy comics on Facebook or on eBay or whatever, a lot of dudes still think it's last year and they're asking like, you know, 40% more than a book is actually worth. No one can come to terms that, you know, well, a New Mutants 98 last year was $2,500. Now it's $1,500. So, well, wait a second. Why should I sell it? Well, because that's what it's worth now. So if you don't want to sell it for that, don't sell it. But a lot of guys still want to ask crazy money for books. So that aside, most dealers at the Toronto Comic Book Show are realistic. They've done their homework. They know what the books are currently worth. And most guys, if you show them what books are going for, if you know what books are going for, they're going to probably beat the price so that they can make the sale. I think it's pretty good. The prices there are way better than Fan Expo, that's for damn sure. But remember, when a dealer goes to Fan Expo, they're probably spending sometimes upwards like Comic Book Addiction. God bless them. They have like a whole row. You know how many tables they have at Comic Con there. When I went to Toronto Comic Con, the Comic Book Addiction at Whitby had, oh my God, Steve had so many. I don't know how many tables he had. But his overhead was huge. He had employees, the whole 9 yards. So it's a lot of money to go there, to be there. So they have to make that money to recoup that money. So you kind of understand why they charge so much. Blood Sausage, damn. Wayne, maybe we need to request Napoleon. You can if you want. Hi, Kevin. Hey, Stuart, how are you? Hey, Brouhaha. Rob Benson's chat section is telling me I'm on slow mode and can't participate for 60 minutes. I don't know what that means, Rob. I'm not that. Does anybody know what Rob's talking about? Can anybody help Rob? Can maybe Wayne, what does that mean? Slow mode. I'm not sure. That's weird. I don't know. I'm sorry. I'd like you to participate. Blood Sausage. CGC reholders are backed up because of that. I bet their price increase addresses better shipping pack. Oh, Christ, I hope so. I hope so. And you know what, Blood Sauce, I wouldn't be a damn bit surprised. I'm telling you, I'm not the only one with this problem. And this problem started creeping around, you know, early January it started happening. What is the turnaround time, Frank says, from when you send a CGC to back you? Pretty quick. Pretty quick. Right now, I'm using the economy tier straight up for economy books. And that title is changing soon, but essentially for economy books, you're about 30 days, say 30 days, about 3 to 4 weeks probably. And moderns are coming back. I've had moderns come back in under 3 weeks. So it's pretty quick. It's pretty quick, Frank. 60 seconds. Yeah, I don't know, Rob. Yeah, Robin, it's so that Kev is bombarded. Oh, I see. Oh, I get it. Okay, Wayne knows. All right, thanks, Wayne. I've had some good success lately buying off Canadian Facebook group sites. Price is definitely coming down still. Definitely. James says, over the years, I've been able to get to know the fairer dealers at the TCBS, and you will too. If you go there and just look around, you're gonna figure out pretty quick who wants to deal and who doesn't. I mean, I always tell this story, and I laugh because one of the first times I did the show, probably the third or fourth time I did the show, I was bringing comics in for pressing. One of my first times, and this guy came in beside me. I never seen him again since then, and he was the most meticulous dealer I ever saw. He had about 6 tables. He had a lot of tables, and every box was perfect. All the books were bagged and boarded 3 times, beautiful, alphabetized, and his prices were on there. And I would eavesdrop. You know, a guy would come, hey man, how much do you want for this comic? Oh, I'm asking $80. You take 70? No. 75? No. 80. It's okay. Gives the book back. Next guy comes. Hey man, how much is that book? Oh, it's $27. Would you take 15? No. 20? No. 25? No. And the guy left. I remember at the end of the show, he did not sell one book. He never came back to the show, as far as I know, either. And he was complaining. He's loading his trolley up with the big long boxes. I didn't sell one damn book. Like, dude, You got to haggle, man, when you come here. If you're, you know, haggle. People come here for deals. If you're not going to deal, then what the hell are you coming here for? So yeah, guys like to deal there for the most part. That guy didn't. He never came back. So you get to know them pretty well. Dave says, is there a sweet spot for submitting books to CGC grading? I've got a Secret Wars 84, 1 to 12, the 6 issues, Craven's Last Hunt that I'd like to press and send to CGC sentimental value for me. What do you mean sweet spot? What do you mean sweet spot? Maybe elaborate a little more on that, if you wouldn't mind. Marty, I'm late, but I'm here, Marty. It's all that matters, my friend. We got a lot more books to go. And in fact, I'm going to shove these ones off to the side here. And I got the next box going. So that was a box of 20, close to 25 books. And out of those 25, I only see 3 books. 2, actually, to me, are passable. But I'm going to think about it. The worst one was a New Mutants 98, of course. One of the more expensive ones, of course. So I'm going to put those, take these out of here. Put that over there. Put that here like so. I'm going to put the 3 at the front, and I'll come back and have a look later. But I do think the 2 are not that bad, but the one New Mutants 98 needs to get redone. Okay, so give me 1 sec, guys. I'll get the box, the next box going. Give me 1 sec. We're just getting here, guys. Don't go anywhere. I got 2 more boxes. Be right back. Okay, we're back with Machine Man number 1 and an 8.0. Then we've got an X-Men number 168 Canadian price variant and a 9.6. We also have a Doctor Strange annual number 1 and a 7.0. We also have Star Wars number 1 and a 9.0. And a Nova number 4 and an 8.5. We got 20. These are 20 moderns and 5. Well, 5 more moderns too. Are these? I'm not sure. I think these are John's books. John Sherwood. I think they are. I'm not 100%, but I think they are. And if they are, guys, these books came and went pretty quick. We've got an X-Men number 127 and a 9.8 white pager. We got also an X-Men 128 and a 9.4. And now I do have to, my stack is getting high. I'll go back to chat while I rebag these and put them away. Good evening, 80s guys. Sam T confirms the date of the Toronto Comic Book Show as being June 25th. I think it was June 25th last year as well. Dave says it's more cost effective to send a box of books instead of 12. Oh, I see. No, you know what? I like when guys send in like at least 5 books. To me, that it's a bit worth my while. Because believe it or not, guys, a lot of paperwork involved with doing this, as you can imagine. Whether I send 10 books in or 1 book, it's pretty much the same amount of paperwork. So for me, I like to have a minimum of 5. I don't think CGC cares one way or the other how many books come in. I just sent almost 100 books out yesterday. Actually, today was picked to be there tomorrow. Priority. They'll be there by tomorrow. That's 100 books. And that's about 7 or 8 different orders from different guys. Some have 20, some have 5. I think one had 3 as well. So, I mean, it's up to you, Dave. I also have an ASM 300, 316 signed by McFarlane. Excuse me, when I was a Fan Expo. Should I even bother submitting them for pressing and grading? Well, I did check these. These have no cracks in them, which is fantastic. You'll get a green label. You'll get a green label with those, right? Because they're not verified. So the other option is to go to CBCS. I do not deal with CBCS, but you can send them yourself. Wayne explains that as well. Herb 1211 is here. Good evening, sir. Let's keep going with these. We got a 9.6 copy of New Mutants 14. Let me get the camera back to where it needs to be. There we go. We also have a Fantastic Four 207 newsstand edition in a 9.4. We also have a 175 and a 9.6 white pager, which is pretty cool. Another 9.6 we have in a 210. Nice Fantastic Four books here. We got a 9.2 white pager. Not being very generous with the 9.8s today. We got a 9.2 Canadian price variant of Secret Wars number 2. Speaking of Secret Wars. And now I'm going to have to go back to chat again. Hey, John, how's it going? Yeah, they are yours. Yeah, I thought so. Let's see. Yeah, no cracks so far, John, which is nice to see. I don't think I have. Oh, I might have. I hope your Star Wars number 1 is here. Your other Star Wars. I'm surprised that one came back at 9.0. Actually, that was not bad. But hopefully your other Star Wars is here too, because I want to see if that came back higher than, what was it, a 9.4 or a 9.6 before? I think it was a 9.2 or a 9.4. John also submitted a low 9 copy of Star Wars number 1 we cracked, and I sent it. It may be in this box. I'm not 100% sure, and I'm just checking for cracks as I put these away. And you know what, John? I'm happy to report that so far there are no cracks on these books. So maybe Crystal and the customer service are finally buckling down on those bozos, encapsulating these. Look, I'll tell you, if you hire someone to encapsulate and they don't know what they're doing, yeah, you know what? They probably could crack these slabs. And that's exactly what may have been going on. We don't know. And they won't give me a straight answer. I'm like, hey, man, I'm like, what's going on with these slabs? Like, what's happening? And I'm not getting, I'd like to have some feedback. Like for example, when the magazines were taking forever, and they still are taking forever, by the way, to be shipped in, at least they were saying our machine is down, we're getting new slabs put in, and then they've got to recalibrate it, blah, blah, blah. I was being told something, but right now I'm being told absolutely nothing. I'm just being told, sorry, here's a credit for shipping back and forth. That's all I'm given. I mean, it's not bad, but I wouldn't mind some more explanation. But what can I say? All right, let's keep going here. Hopefully that Star Wars books is in there. Okay, John, here you go, my friend. We got a 9.8 copy of Canadian price variant of number 2. Oh, I love this book. Space Odyssey number 8, first appearance of Machine Man in a 9.4 white pager. Lots of 9s, that's for sure. And we got another copy here, also in a 9.2 white pages. Avengers number 185, 9.4 white pages. Avengers number 186, 9.6. That's a nice copy, boy. White pages. Another Avengers, 187. This one also is a 9.6. Kang the Conqueror in 267. Another 9. This guy was into 9.6s, I think. I got a couple of viewers that get pissed off when I say, why are there no 9.8s in there? But, and we've got a nice newsstand copy of Amazing Spider-Man 2. I'll go like this, 238 and a 9.4. Still a big money book at a 9.4. I think it's still over $1,000, especially a newsstand. I would think it's over $1,000. So congratulations on that. Now I want to check for cracks. Let's check for cracks, shall we? Let's check for cracks. This one is not cracked. John, I think you got a good box. Unlike your poor brother Patrick, who had mostly all of his books returned. That's all right. Let's see how these ones are. Sorry, guys. I just want to double check to make sure there are no cracks on any of John's books. And I still have one more box to go. And I'm not sure if this box that's over there is a mechanical error box or a box of new books being sent in. And by the way, more boxes are on their way back as we speak. I know some mechanical errors are on their way back. It's nice. Yeah, you know what, John? That's good. That makes me very happy. The last box, 2 or 3 slight cracks, and this box so far, not a one. But I might be speaking too soon. Let's make sure before I start celebrating. Man, it's hot in here, guys. I'm gonna do hot yoga in here after. I'll keep the camera on. You guys can watch. I'm sure that'll get me lots of views, right? Comic Doctor doing hot yoga. I'm joking, of course. You know that, right? That'd be pretty scary. And I would lose clients fast. I would lose clients fast. All right, guys, that box had no deep defects, which is great to see. All right, that makes me very happy. And John, maybe your other book is on the way. All right, so give me 1 second, my friends. I'll be right back. I got the other box way over there. I got to grab it. And I'll bring it over. But I think those are pretty much all yours, John. 25. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21. Why am I only counting 21, though? Be 25 in there. You know what's weird? There's four comics missing from this box. The invoice here states, and I think it's the same invoice as yours, 4228291. Oh no, it's a different invoice. Whoever's invoice, this one, it talks about Omega Man 3, Avengers Annual 10 times 2, and Uncanny X-Men 266, and it's not, they're not there. What's up with that? 422829, yeah, that's not good. So there's four comics missing from this. All right, I'm gonna figure that out now too. Wonderful, can't wait. All right, guys, I'll be right back, and I will bring you some more goodies. Okay, so we are back, and I am really confused, but that's okay. I sometimes am confused. We got Avengers number 11 featuring Spider-Man, and this book has come back with a conserved grade, indicating the staples have been changed. I find that very strange. This particular book, I thought had, I'm not going to go into detail, I thought it had other restorative things happening to it, and having replaced staples wasn't one of them. So the owner, I think, is going to be pretty happy with that, I believe. Strange. Because the staples have not been changed. That's really ridiculous. Oh, crack? No, no, not really. No crack. That's good. Let's just keep going with that, guys. We also have, from that same order, an Amazing Spider-Man 101. And this one, again, I'm not seeing any cracks. I think these are George's books, actually. 6.5 off-white pages. These ones went down pretty quickly, actually. These were down only about a week and a half ago, and they're back already. So that's pretty fast. Amazing Spider-Man number 2. Oh, these are for Mikey out in the north. I think it's the Northwest Territories, I think. We got Amazing Spider-Man number 2 and a 1.5. These are very low-grade copies. And a 1.0. This one says Restoration, Color Touch, Spine Splits, Sealed, Tears to Cover. Where the heck is the Color Touch on this? Okay, usually when a book is this low grade, they don't bother giving it a purple label. They did this time around. Anyways, there you go. That was a pretty rough one. Okay, next we have, I think these are some more of George's books, I believe. Still no cracks, which is beautiful. I'm not seeing any cracks. That's great, guys. 6.5 copy of Amazing Spider-Man 100. Avengers number 8. Or was this the one? Oh, this is the one. 8.0. First appearance of Kang. This is the one I thought had some issues. It came back blue. So I'm happy. That's great. Good for you. That's awesome. We've also got a copy of Amazing. Oh, you know what? Let me. We'll do this last one, then we'll move it over. Again, no cracks anywhere that I can see. That is a move in the right direction, because these were just graded within the last 2 weeks. So that's showing that maybe they're making some changes. There we go. 5.5 ASM 122. Now I have to go back and actually repack them because I've run out of room. Okay, let me go back to my chat window and see who is here. That ASM is a Canadian price variant. Oh, they screwed up and said it was a... Oh, what, they said it was a newsstand? Possible. They do that sometimes. Mikey is here. I hope to see my parent. Mikey, there. Miss Sherwood, yes, John has better luck than Pat with submissions this time around. Pat says, thankfully, I get pretty good grades. Then they get to me. When they get to, that's true. There you do, Pat. You've gotten some nice ones. Herb says, every collector's nightmare, missing comics. How long does it take CGC to find missing comics? Has it happened before? Funny, you should ask. If you guys recall, a few weeks ago, I had, I forget the name of the fella. Was it Adam Donnelly, I think it was? Had an X-Men first appearance of... X-Men book, first appearance of Polaris, and it wasn't a super high. It was like a 6 or a 5.5 or something like that. And you know what? It was a single book. And that's another reason why I don't like sending single books, by the way. I sent it as a single book, and it went missing. It wasn't showing up. I had the invoice, but it wasn't showing up in CGC's database. So I called CGC. I was complaining, where's this guy's books? 1 week goes by, 2 weeks goes by, no word. I call back. Oh, we're still looking. We're checking our video cameras. 3 weeks go by, 4 weeks go by. And I even said to Adam, I said, listen, I have a feeling, I even might have said it on the show here. I said, I got a feeling it'll just turn up. It'll just turn up one day. And guess what? A week or so goes by, the book, and it was a fast track economy book. It showed up on a modern order, some other guy's modern order at the very end. So the single book, they misfiled it, and that's that. So the book was found. Books rarely just go missing, right? Like I've never lost a book. So they always turn up. They always turn up. But this is kind of weird. This is the first time I've gotten books back where I've got the invoice with 4 comics on it, and only one of the comics is there. Where are the other 4 or 5 comics that were supposed to be there? So now I got to contact them and say, hey, what the hell's up with this? And they'll probably just show up in another box, right? Moving right along. Still no cracks. Still no cracks. I like what I'm seeing. Spider-Man 122, another copy. And this one's in a 6.5. And you can't have 122 with, of course, out at 121. It's a 7.0. That's a nice copy. We also have one of my favorite covers again, nice Romita cover, Spider-Man. So this one does have a crack in it, 66 and a 6.0. I'm going to push that one off to the side, guys, because I want to just keep track of that. We also have, oh, let's see this one now. Slight crack on this one too, not much, but I'm going to put that one aside as well. 9.0 and a 113, great grade on that one. We got an 8.0 white pager copy of 112. Let me see if we have any cracks. No cracks on this one, it would appear. There are none, which is great. I'll keep that over there, and I'll take this one away, because this one did have a slight crack, if I recall. Yes. And I'll look it over, and I'll ask the owner what they want to do, because if the cracks are really, really minor, some guys don't care. They just want their books back. 7.5 copy of ASM 56. And let's go back to the chat as I put these away. And we have Jack's here. Jack Frags, why were those ones conserved? Well, one said it had the blue with the silver stripe, means that there was they said the staples were removed, or sorry, cleaned or replaced, which to me is a bunch of hogwash, but what am I to say? Mike says 1.5. Thank you. You're very welcome. Jack also says, I heard books are coming back restored from other pressers on YouTube. Is it because of their practices? Simply put, yeah. One thing I'm not, guys, I'm not a cowboy. I always use that term. The comic doctor is the comic doctor. He's not the cowboy doctor, or not the cowboy comic doctor, which means when I have your books, I use techniques that are tried and true. We pay great attention to detail. We keep going back until we're satisfied and happy, but we do not expose your book to chemicals, to UV lights, to try to brighten them up. And I'm not saying that those techniques don't work, because they do work in many cases. But some guys are going a little too far with it, right? They're overdoing it, and when you overdo it, you're getting stung. You're getting these purple labels, these conserve labels, covers have been cleaned, whatever. And I'm not going to play that game with anyone's books. But yeah, you're right. You're noticing a lot of that happening now, because guys started buying. There's that book out there on how to clean comic books, how to lighten the pages and such. And again, I'm not saying it doesn't work. It does work, but you got to know when to say, like Kenny Rogers says, you got to know when to hold them. You got to know when to fold them. Know when to walk away and know when to run. You got to know when to stop, guys. Even me. I might have a book that's in terrible condition, but when it gets to a certain point, there's not much more I can do that's going to improve the grade. It looks better. The grade will hopefully go up a little bit, but if I just keep going, it's going to be you're going to overdo it. And then maybe I'm going to get a pop staple. Maybe something else will go wrong if I push the paper too far. So yeah, but to answer your question, it's exactly that reason. Guys are trying, a lot of novices are trying to get away with stuff, and CGC's catching on to their shenanigans, and they're getting nailed for them. And unfortunately, some guys are losing a lot of money because they're trusting these guys to get them higher grades, but instead they're getting conserved or restored grades, which is actually reducing the value of their books. Okay, moving right along, we've got an amazing Spider-Man 300 newsstand copy and a 7.0. Speaking of restored books, we got another one here. What's this? Restoration includes small amount of color touch on cover. Okay, it's an beautiful book, X-Men 50 in an 8.0. Love that copy, one of my favorite covers. John, are you still there? I think this is your book. I'm pretty sure this is your book. And John, can you remind me, what was the grade on your Star Wars book? Because this one just came back. 9.6 white page. I think yours is a 9.4 or a 9.2. I think. I believe we got a grade bump, but I was hoping for a 9.8 for you, my friend. Please remind me, because I forget. I have it on my phone, but I'm glad we got you somewhat of a grade bump. We've got a Wolverine number 10 with a sick-looking Wolverine custom label and an 8.5. That's a newsstand edition as well. And I will check these slabs for cracks in just a moment. We have got, and I think these are also, I think these belong to John as well. We've got an 8.0 210, also a newsstand copy. Mikey, the purple label was weird. Yeah, it's strange on a low grade like that ASM2. Usually if a book is really low grade, like a 0.5 or a 1, they'll just give it a blue label and mention the issues, but they put the purple label on it. John says, didn't see the custom labels on the X-Men. Were they your X-Men? And did I order custom labels? I'll have to check, and we'll see what's going on with that. Rob Bin, how many presses do you have? Are you Shears looking? Are you looking for more? Oh, you're always looking for more. I always keep my eye open for better presses. Right now at the shop, I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, about 11. And here I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So I got about just under 20 presses going of various sizes. Let's keep going here. Can I get one more on here? I think so. Oh, we have, oh, this looks nice. John, this looks nice. X-Men 125 and a 9.4 white pages and a 9.4. There is a custom label there. Another one here in a 9.6. Boy, that custom label does look really good on there, actually. That looks good. That's pretty impressive. I do like that. Another, you know what? I'm gonna pack these up first. I'm running out of room here. And I'll show you the last of John's books in just a moment. Let me just pack these up. I'll go back to the chat. A Wolverine label for ASM. Was there one like that? Oh, there was. Oh. Now, either they screwed that up or I did. I'll have to look into that. And if it wouldn't be the first time I did it. I'll look into that one. That's supposed to be a Spider-Man label. And I'm pretty sure I went over them, so hopefully they screwed up, not me. But I'll put that one aside too. And that one is actually cracked, so it has to go back no matter what. But I will check. Thanks for seeing that, Marco. B. Hanlon, I've got some super deals on purple label books as a collector. I'm fine with it. Yeah, if you don't mind having the books with restoration, you certainly can get some great deals. Spider-Man, yeah. That was a problem, guys. I may have put the wrong code down, and if I did, I'll have it reslabbed for John. But I have a feeling they screwed that one up because I recall going over his labels to make sure I put them in the right one, but you never know. I could have screwed that one up. I could have screwed the pooch on that one. And I want to know where my cell phone is because I want to see what I'm dying to know what the grade on that Star Wars one was, but I don't know where my cell phone is right now. Okay, let's keep going. I got a few more of John's books here. Got a 9.6 copy. A lot of 9.6s for John, not a lot of 9.8s. I like to see a lot more. White pages on an X-Men 135. A 9.2 copy. Again, no cracks on these, which is good. On X-Men 137. That label does look really good on there. Let's see here. And then we've got couple of old ones here, guys. Couple of oldies. We got, see, look, this is an example I'm talking about. We've got an Amazing Spider-Man number 5 in a 0.5. Okay, and it's missing page number 12. So this should be a green label, but because it's such a low grade, they just gave it the blue label and made a notation of the missing page. But really, it should be a qualified grade. Okay, and then finally, the last one, a great Spider-Man classic book. Yeah, no cracks. ASM number 6 and a 5.0. First appearance of the Lizard. Classic book 5.0. Beautiful. Beautiful. Yeah, that's it, guys. Let's see what you guys are saying. Spider-Man, okay, Jeff Baxter, I like the Wolverine on the ASM, one of a kind, rare one. You know what, some guys do feel that way, but yeah, we'll see. I'll figure that one out. Marco says that 91 X-Men label is fire. You know what, I don't like it. I didn't like it looking at it on the screen, like on the computer screen, but boy, oh boy, it does look good in person, man. Look at this thing. I'll go back to it again. Look at that. Whoop. That's a gorgeous label. I do like that one. With Magneto there and all that. That is sick. Dave says, are they a special request? Yeah, they charge like $9 Canadian per label to get them if you want them. Whose ASM 6 is that? Marvelous. I don't know. I have no idea whose. I knew these were John's books, a lot of them, because John had a very big order, so I recognized them. But I don't know. I don't know exactly who the smaller orders belong to, and there were a lot. So now when I hang up with you guys, I'm gonna have to freaking email CGC on that other issue there. What a real pain in the rear end that is. Okay, I don't see my cell phone anywhere. I can't check to see what grade on that X-Men 1 was, but I'm pretty sure it was oh, I lied. Here's my phone right here. Just found my phone. Give me 1 second, I'll tell you. Pretty sure I have a picture of it. And I don't remember if it was a CBCS book or if it was a let's see. Star Wars 1. Oh, is that it right there? Yeah, okay. It was a Star Wars 1 was a 9.4. That was the book we just saw. It was a 9.4 CBCS. And we got it up to a 9. Look at my terrible fingers. Ew, need a manicure. We need to get it up to a we want to get to a 9.8. We got to a 9.6, which is better than 9.4. Any way you look at it, so that's a good thing. Okay, guys. Hey, Kevin, hope you're doing well and that the eye recovery process is going smoothly. Brad, it's going. It's going. Look at my eyes. I don't know how smoothly it's going. It's a little. It got really good. It was really good. Then all of a sudden the pressure in the eye went up, and I'm on these stupid drops that are irritating my eye. But I see the eye doctor again tomorrow, and then I see him again in 2 weeks. It's like this ongoing thing. It'll probably be like 6 months of going to the eye doctor to make sure everything's okay. But thank you so much for your well wishes. I certainly do appreciate it. Okay, guys. Thanks so much for popping by today. Again, if you're new here, I sure hope you'll consider subscribing to the channel, liking the content, and hitting that that notification bell so you'll know when I go out live next. Also, my friends, a couple of announcements. I will be instituting that new giveaway thing where I'm just going to give away slabs or books or free pressing every month. I just haven't sat down and figured that out yet, but I will be doing that. Also, I'll be back on the Robert Meyer Burnett show, it seems, in the next month or so, giving out goodies over there. If you don't follow Robert Meyer Burnett, you should. He's got a great YouTube channel. If you are into movies and the movie culture, he's a very, very articulate and cinephile, and he's amazing. So I've been on his show a couple of times before. I don't know if I'm going to be on the show or not. I think he wants me to be on the show, but I said I can just donate the stuff and he can give them away. But I know when Guardians comes out, I'm going to give out a CGC copy of the Guardians of the Galaxy comic, and probably give out some stuff when whenever something drops, whenever a big movie's coming out or a TV series drops, I'll try to coordinate that with him and be on his channel and give stuff away as well. So make sure you do follow him as well, and I'll see you over there. And guys, that's it for me. I'm getting out of here. I'm going to go chill out I'm going to just send an email to CGC, and I'm going to go chill out for the rest of the night. So until next time, take care. Have a fabulous rest of your week, and we'll see you very, very soon as more books are coming back from CGC all the time. So until then, all the best. Bye for now.